Understand the 3 core executive functions: working memory, inhibitory control, and cognitive flexibility. Executive functions. What is that? Executive functions are in the front of the brain, above your eyes, and there are 3 main areas that help us think, focus, and remember. I like to think of them as 3 players. First, there is working memory. This character is hard at work memorizing information and building a library of knowledge. Working memory is just like it sounds. It is our memory working. Like a juggler, our working memory can juggle 2 to 4 bits or chunks of information. But did you know that we have 3 amazing tools in our minds that can help? Our first tool is a secret inner voice that nobody else can hear. It speaks to us and will often say information over and over again so that we can remember things and solve problems in our heads. Our second tool is our imagination, because it helps us picture secret images in our minds that make learning fun and memorable. The third and final tool is our long-term memory. This is anything that we have learned or can remember from our past. This can help our working memory because we use what we already know to help us learn new information. Second, we have inhibitory control. Inhibitory control helps us to stop and take control of 4 important skills. First, it helps us pay attention to what we are learning. It also allows us to inhibit or block distractions. Another skill inhibitory control manages is our thinking. It helps us think about what we're thinking. What are you thinking about right now? If you can answer this question, you're thinking about your thinking. The third skill we can do when we use inhibitory control is we can learn to control or manage our emotions. Most emotions only last 90 seconds in our minds unless we keep them alive with our inner voice, imagination, or when we talk about them with others. The fourth and final skill is controlling our environment. For example, if you're trying to do your homework, you may have to ask people to be quiet, or you may have to go to another room. You might also have to turn off technology and sit at a desk where you have all the needed materials. Overall, inhibitory control can really help us to manage our minds. Finally, we have cognitive flexibility, and this character stretches our brains so that we can have flexible thinking like strong and limber gymnasts. Cognitive flexibility allows us to do 3 skills. The first flexibility skill is being able to switch activities. For example, it's hard for some kids to shift from playing a game to starting their homework. In addition, it may be difficult to switch from one assignment to the next. The second flexibility skill is learning that different situations have different rules. Just like each teacher has their own rules, different jobs, places, and people also have different expectations or ways they like things to be done. The final flexibility skill is switching a point of view. This means that when you look at things from another angle, your answer or decision might change. For example, a little girl may decide to paint her bedroom her favorite color green. However, a year later, her favorite color might change to purple. Because she changed her point of view, she will likely paint her room purple the next time. These changes help us to see the world differently, so having a flexible mind can help us to make the best decisions in each new situation. Clearly, learning about executive functions can help us manage our mind so that we can work our memories, control our attention, thoughts, and environment, and can keep our minds flexible so it's easy to switch tasks, handle different situations, and shift our point of views. This is just a sample of my Executive Functioning Coaching certification course at learningspecialistcourses.com. You can also find my Executive Functioning remedial materials at goodsensorylearning.com. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share so others can discover these tips and resources too.